broken in pipe, so this is a call. It's coming in towards the A side. Vanity has to hold up huge in the back, and he does so. That spike is down. There's 6 seconds left. Everybody's blind towards the A side as 2 more members stay alive here for 100 Thieves, at least for now. But you know the round is going to go to Cloud9.
Very hard towards another side, the side of Cloud9. They pull it back in their favor, because it's 3-1 now.
You heard that. Golda False coming out here from Leaf, who's looking out towards A ramp. So 100 Thieves identifying that all the times that Leafs have been playing towards A heaven. They want to try to add a bit of pressure towards B to start.
A little bit of util, seeing if they can disrupt and make Cloud9 play a bit sweaty on this defense. They've been very quiet. I think we have to notice that from C9, that they're not showing much. 100 Thieves has to get up on a ramp. They have to peek a few corners before they can break this util. And then C9's a little bit more privy to the idea of what 100 Thieves wants to do. Here, 100 Thieves, again, somewhat having to make the first move as they don't gain too much information.
And you talk about the utility needing to be wasted for C9. They haven't wasted that much, actually. That stars, those stars are still available on B side. They still have that turret. The nanoswarm's still there. And they have full utility still on mid and A.
Asuna one away. That could actually be, that'll open up the round. You see him right on the front. He wants to be able to take a fight, a little bit of help with behind. Eccles goes into Astral mode. See if they can find it here.
And that's going to be to cover up the B side, but the pressure's coming in from heaven, at least for 100 Thieves. Asuna trying to go inside the spawn side and misses a second satchel. So this allows for C9 to capitalize on this. A showstopper to come out from Zeppa that connects onto Eccles. A close range tool to false onto Baby J, but we are answering back. We have 10 seconds left. We're trying to get this plant down, and it's going to be down safely, at least with Asuna on his own on a 2 versus 1, but it's still Vanity that closes that gap with the Spectre. And they get the round on the board after a little bit of chamber. But also, for 100 Thieves, there's no KO with Steel anymore. We're actually bringing Baby J with this Cypher. He's been doing a good job for lurking through, but overall, when it comes to these execs, C9 are really strong at holding.
This is the squad that's played together, right? A fun fact I kind of tweeted out before the game was that the 3 times that these teams have played competitively, it's always been a different roster from one or both teams. And that's very true for 100 Thieves coming in here, as we heard the analyst desk talking about. But this C9 squad has 53 maps under their belt of playing, of hot seat, of information gathering, of playing a situation. So there's a little bit more there. It's definitely going to put eyes on 100 Thieves, as we were hearing. You know, it's going to be tough. We'll see how they adapt, how they tune these strats. Here it looks like they're coming through, and Mitch, oh my word, pulls one out of his hat there.
And you saw an aftershock kill. This is not going to be looking good at all for this Shiko round for 100 Thieves. Shout out to Pansy for that one. There's only going to be one more. It's going to be
fourth from heaven, from the backside alley of B. He just really offers a lot of side take potential, even if your Raze doesn't have that utility to do so. So you're not so much invested into one person being able to get you back in.
Slight change of pace from C9, a little bit more control on the extremities of B side, starting off with 3 players, and everybody crunches back as it stays very quiet for 100 Thieves, really respecting their opponents, only trying to creep up on their own, and that's going to be Ethan trying to do a hero play, and so is Asuna, but it's still going to be Zeppa that's going to finish on top with the spike down now towards B heaven, a pinch towards the backside from Leaf, and that's already a 5-on-2.
Aggression is king there, absolutely taking 100 Thieves off guard. Quick peek by Hiko. Now he's just getting sprayed down as he doesn't really want to trade back. Leaf finds Baby J in mid as 100 Thieves get scattered on a gun round for themselves in round 7.
They definitely heard Hiko come across here as one bullet hits him through the toxic screen towards the back of the site. That confirms it.
Move, or you'll hear a Roomba come in. There are so many variations. Oh, but it's the go button again, Vans. They see the suck stops them already, but is it going to be enough? 100 Thieves want a few, and actually they just want to gain different ground here. I like this. They scatter.
It's very good, too, to waste out utility on the A side, break that trait mark, so you could have a little bit more map control on these rotates back, but the alarm bot is going to give a lot of information here for C9. Couple of nades coming out, and that allows a turret to get a kill, and nade shells on to Baby J, but finally gets answered back by Ethan. But look at that utility that we mentioned before. You can't get through this fault line. You can't get through this aftershock. A flash that comes out is only going to be good for 1 kill, but it's still a 3-on-2. So a little bit of damage done to start things off, but only 1 more to go.
With the operator, you see it frequently.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to do it on the Killjoy.
This is where it's going to get scary. But now, if you are 100 Thieves fans, this is the silver lining. this is where it could turn things over because they have ultimates to work with. 4 of them on top of that. Very strong ones for 100 Thieves. But of course, we have a great retake ult. 2 great retake ults for C9. So what do we do with this?
Ooh. Making that a tougher spot to op all the time. A good call on the ultimates. They could easily divide the back of the site and realize there's always an anchor for C9 back there. Maybe play towards that with the help of the wall. That stops the retake from coming in. They already have that util set up towards A. So promising. Nobody's gone down yet, so Baby J cannot activate his. And the Seekers could be used here mid-round to really deflect what they want to do.
Agreed.
As they guard B. It looks like it might happen.
Probably have to try to do something after these paint shells come out to do the ults here to just hit the A site.
Yeah.
And here it comes. So the Cosmic Divide towards the spawn site. The Seekers. A Rolling Thunder step. It goes towards B side. So it's actually well read here. 400 Thieves. It works for the bait. Both ults for the retake are now canceled out towards B, but it's still trade-offs. It's a 4-on-4. But everybody else that's inside the site on this A side is being held out by Leaf, by Zeppa, and we have a 7-1 scoreline looking to be an 8-1. Asuna, though, trying to keep the dream alive into this round. Leaf moving forward towards elbow. Towards the A site for 100 Thieves. They have to identify this back screen play. You have an Astra there. Throw a Gravity Well, throw a Nova Pulse. Try to get your teammates in there to at least take down Vanity, who loves that spot. And speaking of Vanity, he changed his spot, this time towards A Heaven side, and that's a headshot on this eco for 100 Thieves.
It's coming down to being faster right now. I feel like Vanity and C9 are just in the heads of 100 Thieves, and having that moment to peak, that moment to be on defense and hold your angle is just thwarting 100 Thieves. They can't seem to be fast enough, even if they're pushing just after the Gravity Well goes down. They're still figured out, and they're try one more time.
Their anti-flashes, the positioning so far for C9, they're not as affected by Ethan's flashes. And now again, a battle behind the screens, a support from Zeppa, and Vanity is going to drop that spike carrier, going with the shorty close range to Hiko, 7 HP to his name on a 2v1. And he's going to look for potentially a lurk back towards the ramp. It works out for Dink on Mitch. But
we're going back to another buy round. Asuna and Hiko are ready. We haven't seen them lay down the Viper's Pit. Let's see if they can take some control and get a 9-3 here.
Got destroyed to start things off. Mid-side control still under pressure. 400 Thieves forces lead back. A little bit gained right now for the attacker side, but still this lurk from Hiko. He's going to try to win this fight against Leaf. But we also have Asuna inside Vance, where they could potentially use this crunch of the ultimates.
A lot of these rounds have been kind of push to execute. 100 Thieves gain space, and then they grab something. Ooh, that time a nice shot by Baby J. I was thinking this one maybe more audio cue.
Yeah.
We see Asuna up in in ropes, going up with here Hiko. They haven't really heard too much yet. They'll take it together. These little things that they may have taken longer on previous rounds play in their favor. They're going to try here towards the last few rounds of the first half.
There's that showstopper towards screens. Vanity's playing at the same spot. He's challenging it. He's inside that smoke, coming out the Nebula, backstab onto Hiko. That's an execution, but the spike's still down. 34 seconds left on the clock. We lost a knock for Mitch, but we have another one as Leaf has the duel of the Fuss. Now Jetta, though, also gets the headshot onto Eccles. That wall's about to disappear here on the defender side, at least for the Cosmic Divide. And slowly, we have C9 rotating back. 2 players, 400 Thieves, both playing towards Heaven side. Pre-fired shot. Baby J has to win this important fight here towards screens, and he does. 2 versus 1. About to look for a jiggle peek for information, and Asuna has an inkling that we do have Zeppa moving up towards A ramp. He closes a gap. He wins.
They've been working with full util, nice and easy, rested on the retakes. Not that time, and it seems like it threw him for a bit of a loop.
With an operator this round,
yeah,
almost gets that shot there onto Asuna, so Asuna is able to get map control up to the ropes into this round here with looks like to be a default again, working the slow extremities on each side, trying to have Baby J get an opening here. It works almost.
Ooh. That's damage. Zeta is afraid now. They got to be very careful about getting themselves back in. The retake is still easy with the way he can use his util. Eccles coming up with a huge frag on Leaf. That is big.
Huge one, because that's the operator down. Mitch has an Odin to work with, though. This is still very dangerous to overtake the B site. And what I like, though, from this kill, you force the rotation back towards B. You weaken up the A site. You also drop the player in Leaf. So Vanity has to play this map a little bit more passively. In this last round, by the way, in his first half, Riv, It's not only Mitch with Noden, but we also have Vanity, so they're definitely playing with a lot of confidence.
It's definitely an anchorous sight, and pull the trigger once you hear it coming. There's 2 already, Vans.
That is so much utility being used towards that B site, and we're trying to just go for the Eagle Peak in the end for C9, trying to disrespect 100 Thieves, but in the end, it's them that are getting disrespected. A 9-2 scoreline, looking to be a 9-3, as once again...
They're on attack. Maybe this is where they're going to flow. Or, sorry, defense. Maybe this is where they flow a little bit more. They can take the patience we saw from those last few rounds that they used more patience than rushing to get into the sites. Maybe it works out here on defense, already putting the pressure a bit onto Leaf. I like the space they take, and we see Asuna doing a bit of orb focus right off the bat.
That is also a Trailblazer and Pain Shell used early on the A side for info and damage, and it didn't do any damage at all. All that for a trade for a little teleportation from Leaf. You're going to take that. Nope. Don't take that one. Leaf inside the ropes, able to get that kill on to Zeppa, and an off angle from Asuna on the left side top ramp. So things are looking good, at least for 100 Thieves on that defense. A nice little dink long range, looking for the kill. It works for Ethan. A Nova Pulse and also a Gravity Well, but Vanity is just holding it back. He knows he's been inside the corner. He's allowing for Mitch to come out from the rope side, and it works out for 2 kills, but Vanity's on his own. Frenzy against Baby J, 22 HP. The spike is still on his back, so he's just going to look for that money plant.
Hard plant.
If he could get it for Cloud9.
With the numbers.
100 Thieves closing in, and armor into this round, so he could try to get some headhunter shots here towards mid-site control. That flash is to start things off with the information of, yep, a little bit of mid control here coming in for C9, and you see how it's disruptive for 100 Thieves. And a toxic screen allows Hiko to get the first kill on to Vanity, and Paint Shells to push him back.
Quick comms. The mid is now open. You can see how 100 Thieves is going to react on this one. They already have B main pushed up, so they can start to lean a little bit more over towards this side. Cypher traps are already holding A, so they have an idea of how to just shut down this eco round right now for C9. Slowly moving up. And C9 they're gonna wait it out, see if they can get any util, and Leaf's Headhunter can find any frags.
And at least the Trailblazer found some opponents.
Yeah, that was nice.
Flash on top of that. One teleport away from Leaf and Ethan falling back at the same time. Slowly rotating back towards rope for C9. And there's not going to be too much in terms of utility to slow him down, but they're just making a lot of noise in here. Just to go back towards B main.
I'm always a fan of the B main pinch. When your team comes in, pinches from B main, left. Pinches from heaven on this for split. I think it makes a really powerful retake.
I like
Ethan taking down Zeppa as they start off.
Pushing out towards garage side just to make sure that no flank comes back so they can play the retake. So very comfortable for 100 Thieves to get the plant away for Cloud9. Headhunter ADSing, not getting a kill. And this is going to be 100 Thieves all across the board. Only losing one player in the...
This series, best of 3 may not be the one to tell us, but we can find it out here.
Oh, big gravity well. Paint Shells to retaliate, and Eccles gets the kill for the trade-off, but it's still first blood for C9. Eccles under a little bit of pressure, so he's going to have to put a Nebula down. Picks up a Phantom left behind by Asuna, and this will calm things down just for a bit, but a great start for a fight for both of these teams.
Concealment.
Did a nice job of kind of keeping Cloud9 backed up here. A little bit of a lurk by Leaf. Let's see how much damage he can do. It is the waiting game on 100 Thieves setup. They take a bit of space in one portion, and the rest of the map is just trapped up. You can't do too much about it unless you want to make them aware.
Ooh. Alarm bot to actually spot 2 players, or at least give that information that somebody's pushing towards B main, and we've given it up for our 100 Thieves. We're thinking that C9 are actually rotating all across towards AA site. So this is going to be another weak site here for Eccles on his own. A flash to come out, no information, but while we're taking our time, everybody from 100 Thieves are rotating back, and we have Eccles playing towards Hellside just so they could set the crossfire here from spawn side as well. Ethan first contact, first to fall. Mitch looking for the swing, but it's going to be Jetta that supports him for that headshot. Baby J also trying to sweep out, and all these one-on-one individual swings gets punished by 100 Thieves. At least he goes on heaven's side. Spike is down, 18 seconds left, but he is also on his lonesome, and it's going to be at least the easy plant now for Cloud9.
Are they going to rope him? Sees the head, quick shots. That's 2. It's always a glimmer of hope, right? That's why Hiko in these situations is always fantastic, but they're doing a great double stack right outside. Nice observer.
To make 3 players forced to rebuy into round number 16 for C9.
The bully choice as well here for Vanity. I'd like to see it. Spectre for Asuna. He's one away from ultimate. Let's see if that's a focus at any point in the round. He's holding heaven, so it does not seem to be a priority. And still, it seems like they're gonna keep Baby J towards A.
Yeah.
They like the Cypher traps there. They're not gonna. I don't think they've really ran into too many of them. So it's not that C9's gonna know if he's moving or not, or has stayed there. This may be one of the first times that they are aware of it. And they have a good flank by Mitch. I wonder what he can provide in mid for the team. But this is gonna be an A hit.
And that Trailblazer was heard knowing that Ethan's playing towards heaven. Close range is Baby J, but with the Vandal, they can spray back through this and just hiding through the Nebula as it disappears. It's still Baby J that wins that one, too. So that splits off the attack for a bit. Everybody slows down towards A main. A big lurk, as you mentioned before, from Mitch on mid side, but no overextension from Asuna towards mid. Flash gets a bit of info at this point from Ethan playing up on rafters at A site. Hiko with the jump peek now spots one, and another battle on mid side between Mitch and Asuna, who is still continuing to push the defender side back, which would allow C9 to push up towards B. Heaven, but here comes the swing. Here's for one, and it's traded off on both ends, and now it forces Echoes to fall back inside the site, down to low HP, all the way back towards spawn. No way to get back inside that site, as we also have Zeppa on the top of the B balcony, but there's 10 seconds left. There's no paint shells left, sorry, as Seekers are coming out on the defense, but not really needed because it's all stuck towards ropes. We have no information whatsoever of where these C9 players are playing the post plant.
Those are cleared right away, too. You don't get much out of it. Oh,
that's information right
almost
there.
Able to peek through it. Yeah, Hiko playing with fire, more like aftershock. Can they push through? It looks like they're going to absolutely try for this, fans.
And it's good for Vanity with two.
Seems like these rounds are now playing in their favor with that slow kind of retake and working off each other more.
Here's where it's going to get dangerous, because it's not Vanity with a judge, but it's Mitch. And a Flash spotted a bit of information, at least for 100 Thieves, pinging out that there's a little bit of mid pressure. We have two ultimates to work with on top of that. So this half buy that we currently have for C9, it could be a tell here that they might want to try to entry with what Jetta and Mitch has here with these ultimates.
Yeah. All right. So Baby J does alter his placement on the map. Viper wall towards A. That it's going to be a lurk on Vanity. And I like this. You push up that far and you take a Cypher trap. You make the enemy team think. Not a bad idea to make sure they're making noise around the map. So it kind of makes 100 Thieves play a little bit more sweaty, and they have to keep an eye on these positions now from their original default setup. Could A be the hit, though? It looks like they want to smother it from 2 points here. And 100 Thieves is creeping out of the site to make this more possible for Cloud9.
There's one Nebula here to hold up towards A main. A spray that actually hits Ethan. They could actually pinch on this now for C9. Ethan has to come up huge at this point, just around the corner. And a backstab coming out. A little bit of miscommunication to try to hide that for C9, or try to capitalize that for Cloud9. And that actually is not going to help out too much to try to get into the site, especially with this showstopper out from Asuna. So with 13 seconds left, you want to try to die with this because you didn't really invest too much with the last.
That got broken and no one peeked it, right?
Misses fast, double satchel charge, whacked out of the sky from Hiko. And he goes for the hat trick at the same time, drop in the spike. And with two more to go, only classics.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, okay, good headhunter. Then with the Sheriff Jetta, another headshot onto Asuna. Finally started to make this a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
And one more would be really
strategies. Good luck.
You want to play?
Just love the little spray on Hiko as soon as he gets a kill. A very Counter-Strike-y moment there from 1.6 days. Now, even I still have the habit of doing. But speaking of which, of information, getting things done from a CS scene to this one, it's going to be Ethan getting the Trailblazer for information, as we have an early Viper spit on mid side and a tool de false that connects, and Ethan falls, and that's an A site weaken.
Great job by Cloud9 to identify. They're like, wait. Okay, let's peek with the operator we have. Easy peasy walking in. I mean, if they're going to give you those shots, take it. So this is going to be a pretty tough retake here coming in from 100 Thieves. And Cloud9 easily sway this game with the lockdown and this round going in the favor.
The good old new turn ult. And Asuna is just trying to get the paint shells for the kill. It will land on the ground, so it will cancel it out. So that shaves down a little bit of... Actually, it didn't break. It was
Just
blocked a bit by Mitch, and then that actually locks down the player. And now we're pushing towards screen. Asuna falls, and we've capitalized on pushing forward towards spawn side. Showstopper does not get a kill because his teammate stole it from him, but Zeppa's still running around with a close range, lands it on the feet of Hiko, and Hiko, yes, he makes it out of heaven, but makes it out
by them, and they hold the site, take another round. Another one-way towards A, and this time they put Baby J back over. Hiko will have B.
We harped on before on Eccles' performance on the attacker side, but definitely doing a good job here on defense. And you see that when these numbers are stepping up, when he's doing his helping his teammates here, anchoring the sites too, we're starting to see this very close scoreline on 100 Thieves' defense. But C9 finally ended a drought once they got their weapons right, especially with that opener that they had with the Tour de Force. And they're looking to potentially observe and prod towards the A side again.
And it could become a sticky game for both teams here. I say 100 Thieves wins again. They kind of top of the money as C9. C9 does it the same. If this becomes a back and forth, it is going to just be paper cuts on each side. It's so tough for both teams. 40 seconds left. Again, another one of these paced out rounds that it could be suffocated with all the utilities still up, and Cloud9 may have trouble getting in. 100 Thieves doesn't give them anything just yet.
Look at the landmine that's set up here by Leaf towards the A Heaven side, and the double satchel charges haven't been too great for both of these players between Asuna and Zeppa so far, at least for that second one, but at least we're opening up towards A. A flash should come out to blind a bit, and that fully blinds Jetta, but at least it's traded out by Vanity. One more off the ropes, so accurate. Plant shells down on the ground, 10 seconds left. Vanity has...
They both seem to have that on lockdown, so maybe C9 picks it up, goes a little faster here. Like I said, money could be a little turned with that round, and we do see a frenzy here for our guy Jetta.
It's 4 players of C9. Flash up towards A Heaven side. We could still go for satchel charges inside side if we want to storm in. That'll allow this trap wire to get broken towards A close side. And that, nope, it's activated instead, so that allows Ethan to get the kill onto Leaf. At least we have satchel charged inside the site, and we will be able to get a plant here for C9 out in the open. Super dangerous, but thankfully a Nebula is there. A side Heaven is not under control, but it's also going to be flanked very soon by Mitch. And that Secret actually doesn't even go towards mid. This is going to be huge for Mitch to get that flank.
Mitch has to know. Oh, they go in. Asuna, can he find him just to the back? Is there another one in sight with the bite? Now they've retaken sight. Now it's going to be another retake that has to come in from C9.
There's that flank, the kill onto Eccles, and he's on his own. And that's going to be a nanostorm on the ground. Hiko on the top, paint shells on top of that. And that was quick and clean.
Sending a message. Remember, that was a down frenzy round for Jetta. Now they're going to be down on the stinger for Zeppa too.
And it's been a while that C9 has been working towards this B side, so you're still working with uncertainty of how we're setting things up on B. And it looks to be potentially a fault line to come out just to try to get into that site. It's on B Heaven for the control. The camera's on the top. It's going to spot the arm of Zeppa, sorry. Then Mitch still gets the kill into Eccles. We tried to do some one ways, and then Mitch gets another one to Asuna. How does that happen? They take over this B site right now. A lockdown on top of that to go towards spawn side. They pick up weapons, and it's going to be a plant. Are we going to try to close in the gap? We are. 2 players up towards Heaven. We're trying to fight towards B main, and we are running the clock down for C9, so things are looking perfect right now for this 5-on-3 in favor of the attacker side post plan. Jetta watching that flank, an off angle. Now as Hiko gets the headshot, or sorry, the backstab onto Leaf, but does not expect for that kill coming in from Zeta, playing the off angle, and somehow Baby J did get detained, so they know that he's coming in from somewhere very far away. They have time to work with, they have room to breathe, and they will also have the round because we see now Baby J falling back and saving his weapon.
How does Mitch always fly under the radar and then have these rounds where he's
That's
like,
Mitch.
remember me? You remember me? Yes, I'm Mitch. I have multiple agents. I can op when I'm on Killjoy.
And they actually survive this and bringing this into overtime, and you're seeing this ping from C9. We're trying to figure out if we're going to go for something, potentially a fault line towards B Heaven once we take control of this B entry or Cloud9, but an off angle right now from Asuna that hasn't been really contested yet throughout this whole half. Could be something very important for 100 Thieves right now. Oh, it's a rolling thunder on top of that. And there you go, grabbed it well on the top. He does get that kill onto Zeppa. Gets away with another broken satchel charge, but at least makes it out unscathed.
That's huge. Shutting down the Rolling Thunder is absolutely huge. Not even one person really wanted to get into B after that, and Asuna was above their head. So already. Let's see what C9's second strat of the round will be.
And it's just trying to see if we're going to overcommit for 100 Thieves to start a wall bang just to try to see if we could ping Eccles, but he's able to just stay alive for a bit. A little bit of damage there onto Asuna, and that's just Leaf creating so much of a ruckus while everybody else from C9 are now moving up towards mid.
He's going to stay. He's going to wait for someone to leave. He thinks after the Rolling Thunder,
30 seconds left.
he'll get somebody running out.
This is big.
3 are still there, Vans.
Yeah.
3 members, 100 Thieves.
There's that camera still up on B Heaven, though, and that could be a call for people to rotate right after. So there's that camera broken, the flash. And then they're not going to get over this trap line. Finally gets broken out, but that's going to be a cue for Baby J. There's only 10 seconds left here, Rib. We're in the back of the site. The openings are coming in. Eccles has to come up huge. He does get 2. Are we going to move into the site? We will get it. We will get the plant on top of that. But it's still a 2 versus 2 with the spike planet with only milliseconds remaining. Now Leaf in a great angle at the default boxes looking up towards B Heaven. And we have one playing towards Hell. It's still Mitch that wins that fight. One more to go. Can he go? Can he finally clutch it right now? 400 Thieves to keep it alive, and he won't. C9 will get the first.